All right. Well, once again, thank you for joining me. I am JPEG, and this is a follow-up to the Gerber Armbar Drive first impressions video that I did a few weeks back. I have been carrying this every day ever since, and just wanted to relay my thoughts, findings, and just overall feel for this particular blade. So as stated in the last video, this is the Armbar Drive. They also do have the cork one, which has a corkscrew and a wine bottle foil opener. But so without further ado, I'll talk about what I've used this for, and how I feel it's holding up for regular everyday use. The blade, haven't really used the blade all that much. I do carry a another blade in my pocket at all times, and it's actually this knife, the Benchmade Freak, but that's not about this. Although this is an awesome blade. I love it, absolutely love it. But still, I have used this, and it's done great. As I said in my original video, this isn't it wasn't super duper sharp, but definitely sharp enough to cut through tape, cardboard, the stuff around the house, around backyard when I'm doing work in the yard or in the garden. It's kept its edge, but again, I haven't really used it all that much, so I'll have to give a little bit more of an update when I actually do use this blade in earnest. But I do really like it. However, the most common things I've used are the screwdriver and the scissors. I have used those a lot. I'll get to these two holes in a second. So the screwdriver does work fantastically. I gotta say, I have used this thing so many times. My fear did come to pass, and that was that as you're screwdriving, this will want to kink up sometimes. You just have to be careful. Don't put too much force, because the harder you push in when you're trying to screw something in, the like for example, in this, the harder you push, as soon as you turn something, it's going to get to a point where it's going to want to fall down, and so you just have to take it slow and be careful as you turn. Is it a deal breaker? No. Is it really inconvenient? Yeah, it is kind of annoying when that happens, but you just, I don't know, got to be careful. Take it slow, and be steady with how you're using it. Other than that, it is a fantastic screwdriver, and I have used it a lot. With regard to the scissors, again, I have used these quite a bit, and they're great. They're sharp. They cut really well. They feel good. One thing that did happen almost immediately, right out of the box, was when I would completely close the scissors, this metal spring would actually snap right next to the this arm that moves up and down, and that was really annoying because I could only bring it to about there, or even maybe there, before that would snap up. And so all I did actually was take it and lift it up a little bit, and then bend it in ever so slightly, and that actually stopped it from happening. So just note that if the spring does snap up off to the side, you just kind of lift it up a little bit, bend it this direction, going this way, and just a hair. It didn't take much at all, and hasn't happened since. And this has been fantastic scissors. And as small as this little thumb, I don't know, platform is, as small as that is, it actually does not feel that bad. I mean, I can imagine if I were scissoring for 10 minutes straight, that would get really uncomfortable. But, for just quick jobs, this thing works fantastically. I'm really a fan. And, well, the awl I haven't used all that much. And I have used this actually as a hammer. And as you can see, it's not dented. It's a little scratched, but not too much. I mean, this thing's really worked quite well. Haven't opened any bottles, haven't pried anything up, but I'm sure I will at some point. Now, onto these holes. The aluminum is just too soft. I tried to drill and tap some threads so that I can actually take the the belt clip off of this Husky, just regular utility knife. I use this around my shop. I don't need a belt clip. So I was going to use this. I drilled the holes. I started to tap them, but the aluminum was just too soft, and the threads were not taking. Plus, I also noticed that the hole I drilled before I even got through the steel would go right into this, and so even if I were to get a bite into the steel with the tap, I could only get one screw in there, and it would just swing. It was a nice thought, and now I have 2 holes in the aluminum on the side of my knife, but whatever. Makes it that much lighter. Other than that, I love this thing. I think it's fantastic. For the money, I think it's great. For the size, the weight, this thing it's quite light. And just to give you an idea of real-world measurements, it's only about 1/4 of an inch longer than a Bic, right? So if I hold it exactly the same size, it's about 1/4 of an inch taller, maybe 3/8. It's not that much at all. Of course, it's slightly wider, and the lighter, of course, is deeper. But I carry them both in my pocket at all times, again, along with my regular pocket knife, and I don't even notice it's there. The only reason I notice it's there is when I need it, and I know that it's there because I have to use it, So I'm reminded of it. Otherwise, it just kind of melts into my pocket, and I don't even feel it. Big fan. Gerber, good job on this. Really, I feel like I'm carrying half of a center drive in my pocket at all times. It doesn't weigh nearly as much, though. So that's my follow-up review. Big fan. Encourage you to buy it, just because it's not going to break the bank, and you get a lot of bang for your buck on it. All right, well, thanks for listening to me, and yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and thank you very much.